Today we wrap up our Meet Our Alumni series. We've introduced you to former Born Bloom students Abby Hodis, who is making her mark at Lausanne, college student Leah Alperin as she studies international business abroad, and today we speak with Ryan Saharovich, a local attorney and current member of the Born Bloom Board. Each of their stories demonstrate the impact of having a solid general and Judaic studies academics, along with the experiences of being a Born Bloom student, have had as they make a meaningful, purposeful life through higher education and beyond. I'm here with Ryan Saharovich, who not only is an alumni of our school, but he's also a board member here. And I thought that you could tell us a little bit about your experience at Born Bloom, but first tell us a little bit about who you are and where you are right now.
Sure, I'd be happy to, and I appreciate you having me. I'm Ryan Saharovich. I went to Born Bloom from 1st to 6th grade, and I am now an attorney here in Memphis at the law firm of Nahon, Saharovich and Trotz, where I've been for the past year and been a lawyer for the past 5 years or so. In my free time outside of being a lawyer, I generally spend most of it watching the Memphis Tigers and Memphis Grizzlies and live basically at the FedEx Forum and spend the rest of my time with my fiance and my dog, Morty.
Very nice. Tell me a little bit about what life was like at Born Bloom when you went here.
So it's been a while, but I'll say I had a great experience at Born Bloom. It was so good, in fact, that I've made a lot of lifelong friends, 3 of whom will be groomsmen in my wedding in about 2 months. So it was that was a wonderful benefit of going to school there. But another thing while I was there, I was a very, very energetic child. And I really do believe that the class sizes and kind of the individual attention that I got from the faculty went a very long way in helping me develop as a student and a person.
So tell me a little bit more about the small class size and the individualized attention that you got. Is there a teacher or an experience that you had in those small classes that sticks out in your mind?
There is, and I'd say, for college, I went to the University of Texas, which is obviously a very big school. Class sizes had hundreds of people, and I don't personally know any of my teachers very well from there, but I can still run into teachers from elementary school and do, in fact, still run into some teachers from elementary school who we can remember specific moments and interactions from 15, 20 years ago, which is it's a cool experience now. And I know then it's kind of invaluable because when you're that young, it's, if someone's not looking at you, you're probably not really doing much or learning much, unfortunately. And I think it helped a lot. But I do specifically remember a lot of my teachers, but one that sticks out is Sharon Kanafo, who's no longer at the school and has since moved, I think, to Las Vegas. But yep. He was a very outside of the box type of teacher and really did a good job of kind of putting us in. He was teaching Tanakh, which is not an easy subject for, middle school students to grasp, but he always did an excellent job of kind of putting us in the stories that I think really stuck out and was a good teaching moment.
How do you think being at Born Bloom prepared you for when you went on to MUS to be successful there?
I can tell you it prepared me incredibly well. And I know that especially in things like reading comprehension and writing, which are very tough skills to grasp, but were stressed at Born Bloom. And I think you could tell just comparatively with students from some other schools. Obviously, other schools do different levels of jobs with that. And I was in a position where I was able to kind of hit the ground running in a tough academic environment. And that was just a credit to what Born Bloom taught.
If you were talking to prospective parents in the school, maybe some of your friends in the community who might have young kids, and you were talking to them about Born Bloom, what would you tell them is the reason that they should send their kids to school here?
I would say, and it's kind of what I was touching on, but really with the attention you get from the faculty, it's invaluable. It's just something that I truly believe in, excuse me. And it was something that also, they had at MUS as well in kind of a similar way. And I just think when you get that kind of one-on-one treatment in areas where you may be struggling and may not be able to grasp as quickly, it helps you from falling behind, which is, I think, an enormous problem that someone could have in elementary and middle school. And I'd also say it kind of starts from the top. I only met you last year, Dan, but I'm incredibly impressed with you and the entire school and how it's come along and what's happened since I was last involved with it. And I would say that I don't think you will find another place quite like it, not just from that standpoint, but Jewish education is important, and having a connectedness with, your Jewish identity is not something that's easy to come by at home or even, in the outside world generally. And Born Bloom really clearly places an emphasis on that and does a really good job, and it shows on a day-to-day basis. And then beyond that, things like the design lab and things that I've seen now that I couldn't even conceptualize existing in an elementary school, just seeing them in action, it is really cool to see. And I think I know the students there are getting just a tremendous educational opportunity.